Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The act of acquiring something. He's much more interested in the getting than in the giving. The act of acquiring something. I envied his talent for acquiring. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. He acted the idiot. Behave unnaturally or affectedly. She's just acting. Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document codifying the result of deliberations of a committee or society or legislative body. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. Think before you act. A short performance that is part of a longer program. He did his act 3 times every evening. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. How does your idea work in practice? Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. You should act like an adult. Play a role or part. She wants to act Lady Macbeth, but she is too young for the role. A manifestation of insincerity. He put on quite an act for her benefit. A subdivision of a play or opera or ballet. Be engaged in an activity, often for no particular purpose other than pleasure. Be suitable for theatrical performance. This scene acts well. Discharge one's duties. She acts as the chair. Something that people do or cause to happen. Something that people do or cause to happen. Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document signed and sealed and delivered to effect a transfer of property and to show the legal right to possess it. He signed the deed. Becoming infected. The contracting of a serious illness can be financially catastrophic. The act of forcibly dispossessing an owner of property. The act of occupying or taking possession of a building. The act of obtaining. The act of obtaining. The act of occupying or taking possession of a building. Occupation of a building without a certificate of occupancy is illegal. An act of being a tenant or occupant. The act of occupying or taking possession of a building. Occupation of a building without a certificate of occupancy is illegal. The control of a country by military forces of a foreign power. The principal activity in your life that you do to earn money. Any activity that occupies a person's attention. He missed the bell in his occupation with the computer game. The period of time during which a place or position or nation is occupied. During the German occupation of Paris. The attribute of being capable of rapid acceleration. His car has a lot of pickup. Mechanical device consisting of a light balanced arm that carries the cartridge. A light truck with an open body and low sides and a tailboard. An electro-acoustic transducer that is the part of the arm of a record player that holds the needle and that is removable. Anything with restorative powers. She needed the pickup that coffee always gave her. A casual acquaintance, often made in hope of sexual relationships. A warrant to take someone into custody. Put out a pickup on that man. The act of taking aboard passengers or freight. The act or process of picking up or collecting from various places. Garbage pickup is on Mondays and Thursdays. Report the receipt of. The act of receiving. An acknowledgement, usually tangible, that payment has been made. Mark or stamp as paid. The act of receiving. The manner in which something is greeted. She did not expect the cold reception she received from her superiors. A formal party of people, as after a wedding. American football. The act of catching a pass in football. The tight end made a great reception on the 20-yard line. Quality or fidelity of a received broadcast. An ability that has been acquired by training. The cognitive process of acquiring skill or knowledge. The child's acquisition of language. Something acquired. A recent acquisition by the museum. The act of contracting or assuming or acquiring possession of something. The acquisition of wealth. A sudden occurrence, or recurrence, of a disease. He suffered an epileptic seizure. The act of taking of a person by force. The act of forcibly dispossessing an owner of property. The taking possession of something by legal process. Incorporation by joining or uniting. A deliberate act of acquisition of something, often without the permission of the owner. The necessary funds were obtained by the government's appropriation of the company's operating unit. Money set aside, as by a legislature, for a specific purpose. The act of taking of a person by force. Take possession of by force, as after an invasion. The militia captured the castle. Succeed in catching or seizing, especially after a chase. The act of forcibly dispossessing an owner of property. Capture as if by hunting, snaring, or trapping. Attract. Cause to be enamored. She captured all the men's hearts. Any process in which an atomic or nuclear system acquires an additional particle. A process whereby a star or planet holds an object in its gravitational field. Bring about the capture of an elementary particle or celestial body and causing it enter a new orbit. This nucleus has captured the slow-moving neutrons. Succeed in representing or expressing something intangible. Capture the essence of spring. The removal of an opponent's piece from the chessboard. Of disease, capable of being transmitted by infection. Becoming infected. Catching cold is sometimes unavoidable. The act of detecting something, catching sight of something. Baseball. Playing the position of catcher on a baseball team.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.